Morning everybody, it's Duke again. This will give you an idea what's going on across the street from my house. They're putting in a housing project. This was a big open cotton field. And it's been a peanut field and a cotton field for the past 12 years. And my neighbor decided to sell it and build houses on it. This is the part where we're going to have the drive-in into the new subdivision, you might say. There's going to be quite a few homes. There's about 7 acres here, 7 acres lot. We got a bad smell from dead animals that they've killed, run over with track dozers and stuff like that, and it comes right by my house. But anyway, that's what we're putting up with now. And it won't be long, they'll stick us inside the city limits probably. And here a few years ago, the city mayor of Mobile made a bunch of worthless promises, and they'll start doing it again here pretty soon. They'll need more money. City of Mobile pays the highest tax in Alabama and probably in the southeast, 10%. We're at 8 since we live in the country. But when we have to go to Walmart to buy groceries, it jacks it up quite a bit. And of course, they don't seem to care about the poor people anymore. Of course, they never really have. They said they do, but they don't. But I just wanted to show it to you and give you an idea of what we're putting up with.
Phone disconnected.
I got that cordless phone on my radio system, and I forgot it was going to say that because I don't have it hooked to my phone since I don't drive that often. But I just thought maybe you might like to see it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hello everybody, it's Duke. At the first part of this video, see, I took it yesterday morning. It was Wednesday. Today's Thursday. That's what they're doing across from my house. When we moved here, it's just an open field, and the guy either planted peanuts, or one year he'd plant peanuts, and next year he'd plant corn. I mean, not cotton. Well, I didn't mind it. We didn't have any bad smells. If he used fertilizer and weed killer, we didn't smell it. So the guy that owned the property, lives right up the street here, he sold it. And I saw some people out there surveying, and I asked him, I stopped him one day on his way out, and I asked him, I said, did you sell your property? Oh, no, we didn't sell it. And then it wasn't but a few days later, we got a letter in the mail about housing projects won't be started over there. Well, apparently there's 7 acres. And I don't know what exactly the truth is, but some say it's Section 8 housing. Some people say it's going to be a builder in this area, D.A. Horton, I think is what it's called. And the house is going to run between $150,000 to $200,000. Well, my next door neighbor is a police officer. And he's kind of all excited because he thinks it's going to make his house value go up. But my house right now is worth $150,000. That's what I think it's worth. All right. Now it's 1,100 square foot house, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. I've totally remodeled it. The yard needs work, which I grant you that much. It does need work. I've got a shop, two storage buildings, and I don't think I can get more than maybe at least 175 for it. Well, he thinks just because they're going to build them houses over there, that it's going to up the value of his home. It's not. If they sell them for, say, between 150 and 200,000, it's going to lower the value. And the only thing good about it is we're not sandwiched in together. There's about 200 feet between our homes. If they put 180 homes in 7 acres, you're going to be able to reach out your door and touch the other house. And I don't like living like that. I mean, I'm a farm boy. I'm used to big open places. I hate apartments. And you don't want to get me started on HOAs. I mean, I've never lived in one, but I've had friends that have. And one of them spent, I think, 5 years in court. Matter of fact, he had to file bankruptcy because he had a truck sitting in his driveway. That was the only reason. They started charging him, I think it was $500 a day fine for having that truck sitting in his driveway. And he drove it back and forth to work every day. They felt like he ought to buy himself a new truck. They didn't care whether he could afford it or not. And I've heard other people talking about HOAs, how they treated them and everything. But anyway, the wife had eye surgery yesterday. And she went back today and had post-op. And he said everything looked good. They took the bandage off her eyes. She still has to lay on her belly because they put that gas bubble in there to hold that retina in place. She's got to be like that until about Monday or Tuesday, and then she can start setting up. And then next Wednesday, she goes back to the doctor to see him. And he says that it'll take that gas bubble about 6 to 8 weeks to dissipate. So she's not going to be able to see very good for quite a while out of that one eye. But she's taking 2 weeks off, and maybe it'll be enough to where it'll keep her from straining her left eye too much. Because that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about her left eye straining too much. Because she sits on the computer all day long. And of course I do too, but I mean, I got 2 good eyes. And I do get headaches from it. I do have to shut it off and put it down for a while. But I thought maybe y'all might like seeing that across the street while they're turning up. Another thing is my wife, she likes to go out and sit on the porch and drink her coffee in the mornings. Now, Biscuit, don't start rubbing on that. You've been in bed all day. You too, Harley. No, come on. Leave that alone. Come on. Get away from me. He's not going to listen. No! Come on. Leave that alone. Come on. But anyway, I'm going to have to hold it. Boy. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, my wife she'd go out on the porch during the morning to drink coffee. She kept smelling something like it was dead. At first, I didn't smell it. You cut that out? Until I got ready to go out to yesterday morning before she didn't have to be at the doctor's office until about 11 o'clock. So I went out and got gas for the lawnmower, going by the yard today, but I decided to stay in the house and take care of her. But as I was leaving, as I was walking out to the truck, I started smelling the same thing, and it was something dead. And more than likely, it's animals that we had living in them tall bushes over there. And when they run over with those tracks, stuff like that, I mean, because we had, you could sit out there and hear quail calling, one quail calling another quail like crazy. Now they've moved into across the road into another patch of woods. I like to hear them call. But we did have a lot of rats come from mice and rats come from that field. And I've got these sonic, my next door neighbor had one of these sonic mole chasers. Well, I ran over it and I ran over with a lawnmower and just cut it all to pieces. He had it right on the property line. I mean, I shredded that thing. So, in order to get, it was cheaper to buy 6 of them than one. Don't figure it. So I bought 6 of them. Or was it? Let me see. 3. Yeah, 6 of them. I gave him 2. And I kept 3. And I gave my next door neighbor 1. Because he's starting to have trouble with rats. Rats got in his truck and just ate the wiring harness up on it. Never had trouble over here with it. But I was getting moles in my front yard. So I put them all in the front yard. And they were bypassing my house and going to the house behind me. He said, man, he said, there are rats over here. He said, they're eating us up. And I said, well, put that sonic thing out. I said, they seem to be keeping away from my house. And the guy that lives next door to me on the other side, the right side over here, I think he said he's having trouble with rats again. And if they get in his truck, that's funny. He's got 2 police cars, a Jeep, and a pickup. And the only thing they chewed up was that pickup. That was the only one on the wiring harness they picked up. They chewed up. He's a county cop. They didn't even touch his cop car. I guess he didn't want to go to jail. But they did a lot of damage to that, the Chevrolet. And a friend of his that's a mechanic was able to fix it for him. Biscuit, quit rubbing on that. Boy, come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Hello. Get up here and sit on Dad's lap. There you go. You ain't been up there all day. You didn't say anything. You didn't come up here at all until I told Button to get on my lap. Jealous. God, my coffee's cold. But that's what's going on. So I'll let y'all go. And it's been about 10 minutes and 34 seconds. So this has been about 30 minutes long, I guess. I don't know how. I can't remember how long I spent videotaping that construction work over there. But I'll give you updates on it once in a while. They haven't worked since last week. They worked today, but it's the first time. We got quite a bit of rain last week, and I bet it was muddy over there. But when I did those pictures Wednesday, it didn't look that bad. Well, did the video. You gonna be a good boy, huh? You gonna be a good boy. He's my buddy. Harley sitting over here, just looking at me. Let me show you. See him staring at me? He's the big boy. I was looking, I'm on this neighborhood. It's kind of like Facebook, but it's called Next Door Neighbor. And there's one put on there, found lost kitten. And it's pretty. I'd take it in, but my wife would kill me. We've already got 3. And we can't really handle another one. Can we, buddy? You'd be even more jealous. But anyway, you all have a good weekend. I'll let you know when Dave goes back to the doctor next week what he says. And I think he's going to be all right. I got to go next week. I got to go next week on the 23rd to the doctor. Oh, man. It's in the same area, so I'm going to just go from one doctor to the other. I got to go have my sinuses rechecked. It's follow-up. What's the matter, Button? What's the matter? Really? I don't know. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. You why? Why? Really? Well, tell me about it then. She talks. Biscuit will talk to me sometimes. Harley used to talk to me all the time. He'd sit there and talk to you, and he'd act like he knew exactly what you were saying. She's been squalling all day because Mama's not in the living room. She's in bed. But y'all have a good weekend, and I'll keep your praise of things. I'm feeling better. I think it's because I've been so busy taking care of her and everything that I haven't had time to worry about anything else. But I catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.